Hello! Today we are going to talk about building do-it-yourself battery backup or solar generator, what they call. It's going to be a video in a couple of videos at least. The first one will be to build a battery backup and show you how I did it. And I'm a newbie in that field, so I looked at all the videos I could look on YouTube from people who know much more than I do, and I gather what I think is good information that for newbies like me you might find it interesting. For people who've been doing that for years, it's going to be basic stuff. Anyway, bear with me. The reason for the battery backup, like I said, I'm gonna go one step at a time, battery backup first, and as I finish paying for all the items, and sometime next spring or next summer, I will add some solar power to charge the batteries. But right now, it's gonna be a battery backup for power outages, and I'm gonna have when the power come back, I'm going to recharge the battery with a charger plug on the grid, and that way I'll be able to run my fridge, my freezer, and I live in the country, so I have a well. I need power to run my water pump. Also in my property I have plenty of springs, and that seeps in the basement. I have a sump pump, and I need power to run the sump pump, otherwise the basement could be flooded, which happened a couple of times over the years before I got any generator or anything to supplement the sump pump, and that was a lot of mess. So the battery backup is for my immediate need. I need something for the power outage, and the power outage are getting more and more frequent, and they are lasting longer and longer. When I arrived in this place, it was over 30 years ago, the power practically never went off, and when it did, it was only for a few hours at the most. And in the last 4 or 5 years, when the power goes off more often. As soon as we have some big wind, or we have freezing rain, or we have a snowstorm, the power goes off, and instead of going off only for a few hours, right now it can go up to 4 to 5 days without power. And I believe you can leave a comment, comment if you agree with me or not. My belief is that the power company here in Quebec, I live in Eastern Township in Quebec. Here in Quebec we have Hydro-Québec, but I believe it is the same thing for every power company. Their goal is to make money. To make money, make more money, while they cut on the basic, like the power line maintenance, the number of teams for the emergency. Like I say, this is my opinion. I don't have any fact to prove it, but this is what I think. Like I said, you can leave a comment if you agree or not. But my belief is the power company, to make money, they cut on the power maintenance, power line maintenance, and the teams to fix the equipment. And as soon as we have some severe weather, with times the branches and the trees have grown up, many branches are almost touching the line, and some of the trees have grown to reach higher than the power line. And as soon as we have some severe weather, branches are going to break or touch the power line, and the power going to go off. And then they have to send teams to find the problem and fix the problem, and that takes several hours, sometimes several days. And it's not like I was living in the middle of nowhere at the end of the power grid. I live in this township, and there's a lot of people around here, so that's not like we are in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so first thing you're going to be building a battery backup according to the budget. So we're going to have to figure out how big of a battery backup you need and build accordingly. So the reason, like I said, going to be having battery backup for my fridge, freezer, water pump, and sump pump to be able to last at least 24 hours before having to use the gas generator to recharge the battery. My thinking is, instead of having the gas generator working all day long, like I said, it's quite expensive to run. In my experience, last year was costing about $60 per day to keep the generator running. Now what I think, with the battery backup, I should be able to keep my appliance working for at least 24 hours. Then if the power is still out, use the gas generator to recharge the batteries to be able to run for another 24 hours on the batteries. My estimate is that the gas generator will have to work only for 5 or 6 hours to be able to recharge completely recharge the batteries, which in my view is a more efficient way of using the gas generator. And in the next video, we're gonna I'm gonna show you the equipment I got for the battery backup. They are the best I could find. They are not the best at all. They are not the best of all, but they are a pretty good one according to the video of people who know a lot more than I do. And it is my opinion that you should buy the best you can afford, and then you're going to be able to count on those equipment. If you always buy the cheapest, you can expect to have to replace it regularly. You don't have to buy the very best. If you can afford it, good. But if you are like me on the fixed budget, you buy the best you can, and sometimes you have to pinch a little bit to get a higher grade piece of equipment, so you'll be able to have years and years of good service. So on the next video, like I said, I'm going to show you the equipment I got, and then we'll start building the battery backup. So like I said, if you have any comments, please leave them, and I'll be happy to read them. And if you like that sort of video, please, if you can consider to click on the subscription and the like, that will help the video a lot. Thank you.